What's going on, guys? Welcome to For the Republic. Today I want to talk to you guys a little bit about, the state of our union, the state of the United States. I've been kind of being quiet, these last couple of weeks, last few months actually. The political climate, these Democrats and the things they're doing to divide the country have just been a lot to bear. And so now I'm starting to see more and more encroachment on our true liberty, our republic. Now we have Democrats coming out overtly trying to destroy the standing institutions of the United States. We got Elizabeth Warren talking about abolishing the Electoral College. And I really wanted to talk about that. The Electoral College, I went online today on when I was at work on some message boards. I saw a few articles about this, and there were quite a few people who were actively siding with Elizabeth Warren, that we don't need an electoral college, that somehow it should be one vote, one person, one vote, that type of idea. And for me, it's really easy to understand why it shouldn't be one, majority vote for the United States president. Because let's just say, for instance, you live in a neighborhood, there's 10 houses on your street. And you have a house, you bought it, you pay your property tax, you take care of your yard, you keep your community nice and decent. And there's a few houses down, there's a family with 7 children. Aunt and uncle stay there. There's maybe 9 or 10 people living in a house, and there's a community vote. That house doesn't get more say because they have more children and other family members staying in the home. There's a vote based on your street, your community, not how many people live in a house. Just because there's more people in the house down the street, that doesn't negate your say, because your house counts as well. And that's the exact state of the United States. We have small states and we have large states. We got Texas, we got California, we got New York, where there are large population centers. Detroit, where there's so many people that those population centers would be able to basically predict the vote. You'd have to campaign on the coast. The small states wouldn't matter, and those Americans would truly be forgotten. It's funny to me that these Democrats were saying initially that Donald Trump was going to erode our rights and destroy the Constitution and destroy different facets of American life that have existed since the beginning of this country. The Electoral College has been the standard, and the founding fathers wrote it in the way they did so that the majority would not diminish the voice of the minority. Just because California has many times more people than every other state doesn't mean that they should be able to decide who becomes a president. My house counts too. If I'm living in Kentucky, it should matter. Maybe it doesn't matter as much. That's why they gave each state a number of votes, a number of points, electoral college points. Some states are worth 50, 60, some are worth 10, some are worth 4. This is the way that it was written for a reason, so that everyone has a say. And when Donald Trump won, and these Democrats lost their power because they were so hungry for it when Obama left, they thought Hillary was going to get it, they said to hell with the country. And not just the Electoral College. Who is really trying to destroy the institutions of the country now? Is it Republicans or Democrats? The Democrats want to make the legal voting age 16. I have a 16-year-old son. I have a 17-year-old son. I would venture to say my 17-year-old might be knowledgeable enough to vote, but he's not. I know he's not. He doesn't follow politics. He doesn't care. And if you tell a child, hey, we're going to give you free shit, that child is going to vote for you. They're going to, and that's why Nancy Pelosi said it today or yesterday. We want to capture them while they're young. You're capturing a vote. You're using underhanded tactics to pull children into your party. The Democrat Party is against liberty. It's against the founding principles of this country. The Democrats are the most corrupt people I've ever seen in my life. They suck. So they also want to lower the legal voting age. They want to import illegal immigrants and allow them to vote. They're going to say they don't, but people like Stacey Abrams have already said it. Okay? Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez has already said it, that illegals are her constituents. That is the most un-American thing you could say. There's nothing wrong with helping, the disenfranchised people from other lands, but to put them on the same level as American citizens, those should be your constituents. Those should be the people you care about, not everybody else. Everybody else can't come first. When you hear a foolish Democrat say that Donald Trump is acting un-American and the illegal immigrants breaking the law to come into our country are acting more American than him, then you know up is down. This is upside down land. This is Stranger Things. I see this happening, and I'm wondering, is the American people able to see this? You're actually going to put your vote out there for a person who you know is trying to destroy the foundational principles of this country? Illegal votes, open borders. They want to abolish the Electoral College. They want to change the number of Supreme Court justices that are on the court now. But they said Donald Trump wanted to destroy our democracy, destroy our republic. They want to do anything they can. They will change any rule. They will break any rule, and they don't care about what it has meant to this country for generations and centuries. We've had 9 Supreme Court justices on the court for over 150 years. But now that Donald Trump has won, the candidate who his biggest folly was defeating Hillary Clinton after she cheated her way past Bernie and did God knows what else, created this fake dossier, paid to have it made, and had it imported into the FBI and the DOJ and John McCain's sorry ass, and tried to create this fake Russian narrative to besmirch Donald Trump before and afterwards. His biggest sin was beating that demon who wanted, as she said, open borders, open hemisphere. So now the Supreme Court, they're talking term limits on judges. That's not supposed to happen. It won't happen, not in our lifetime. I'm guaranteeing you that. What they're doing is they're conditioning our children at younger and younger ages to be anti-America. That long-standing traditions and laws are somehow corrupt. These children in middle school and high school are being indoctrinated by liberal professors and teachers, and by the time they become adults, they've been so brainwashed they don't know which way is up, and they come out and fight against what they feel is the man. Even though the man has taken care of this country, it's brought in hundreds of thousands of people from poverty and given equal rights to every person that's born here and has come here. We've seen this country come from being a place of question and a dubious nature to the most prosperous and beautiful land in this world. Because of the standing principles, because of our Constitution, because of our Bill of Rights. That'll probably be something that they try to come after next. I just hope they continue, because 2020 is going to be even sweeter than 2016. You got to ask yourself, who's voting for people who don't like jobs? AOC, 25,000 jobs just taken straight from New York. And now she comes out and says that if you don't like her in her poll rating, they did a poll and her likability is so low. She said it's because you're racist. You remember that? I want them to keep talking about abolishing ICE. I want them to keep talking about abolishing the Electoral College and adding 15 Supreme Court justices and doing all these underhanded tactics that the American people, the adults, the children might not know. They've only been alive for 15 years. That's the next voter. They want illegals who are just going to take all the free stuff. I want them to keep talking about socialism. Keep talking about it. Because the adults know what socialism has done to lands that have tried it. And there's no question that socialism does not work. Only a complete idiot would think that socialism works. But if you tell a child in school that socialism's good, everyone work together and the government will take care of you, that child doesn't even know what's happening outside of that school, let alone in other lands that they've tried this and failed, wiping your ass with a leaf. Keep talking about it. They have no one. They know that they can't beat Donald Trump. Donald Trump, the economy is doing too well. The unemployment is the lowest it's ever been. Business ownership is up. The excitement of the consumer confidence is through the roof. Now we see this whole Mueller investigation was a sham. Bill Barr is actively investigating now Rod Rosenstein. He wants to know what happened in the FISA court. And he's asked Rod Rosenstein to give him a summary of everything that's happened there, because he's doing his own in-house investigation of those crimes. They are crimes. Donald Trump has been proven to be an honest man. What he does in his personal life, hey, I can't judge him. I'm not perfect. But he has done everything for us that he said he would do. I haven't been this confident in my country. Obama was just a disaster. Obama was one of the worst presidents in history to me. He was a beta. He was very weak. He lacked strength. ISIS and Al-Qaeda were just flourishing under his leadership. You see what Donald Trump's done. He showed today on the news that ISIS is basically destroyed. Thank you, Donald Trump, for being such a great president. Greatest president of my lifetime, 40 years. Greatest president of my lifetime. Thank you so much for being such an honest and strong leader. But Barack Obama was just a tragedy for this country. He mandated that schools allow boys to go into girls' bathrooms and so on and so forth. He pushed forward an agenda that I think probably hits closer to home for him than it does for most men, because he sleeps with Michelle. But everything about the guy was just a disaster. He was a liar. He was pathetic. And Donald Trump came in and changed things. And for these idiots to think that Bernie Sanders or Joe Biden have a chance to come in and Kamala Harris, Cory Booker, get the hell out of here. Nobody, and Beto O'Rourke, nobody is listening to that shit. We're doing too well. And then some idiot on the news today was talking about rescinding the tax cuts, taking the money that Trump has given back to us from the government and starting over. Nobody's going to vote for that. Everybody's flourishing. The country's doing too good. So one thing we do know is the next 6 years are going to be probably entertaining. We got Nadler and Adam Schiff in control of portions of the House, so they're going to do all their investigations and investigate Donald Trump's first nanny when he was a baby and how many times his diaper was changed. These people are corrupt. If you are a Democrat and you voted for this, do you feel bamboozled at all? What about infrastructure? What about health care? 81 subpoenas. All they want to do is investigate the president. They are looking for something that they can impeach him for. And I hope they try. I hope they do. I would hope for my children that Democrats never win the White House again. They are the most corrupt people on this planet. But yeah, I want to talk to you guys about that. You guys leave me your thoughts below. I mean, that's a plethora of information. We've got the Electoral College. They want to get rid of that. They want open borders. They want to up the ante in the Supreme Court by adding justices, claiming that would make it less political, right? And they also want to have term limits on them. They want socialism. This is just insane. You guys let me know what you think in the comments below. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a thumbs up. Show support for the Republic. And as always, we do this for the Republic.